Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into a really cool new project called Scene, and it's all built around one single fascinating question that could totally change how we find and support the next generation of innovators. I mean, just think about that for a minute. What if we could use technology not just to teach stuff, but to actually identify raw entrepreneurial talent, to find those hidden gems before anyone else? Well, that is the big idea, the driving force behind everything we're about to unpack. Okay, so before we get to the solution, we've got to understand the problem it's trying to solve. And right now, there's a pretty big gap in how we get people ready to innovate in the modern world. Look, in a world that's changing this fast, we need problem solvers more than ever. We need people who can adapt, who can innovate, and who can build businesses that aren't just about profit, but about making a real difference. The thing is, our current systems, well, they're not always finding those people. A huge part of the problem comes down to our traditional education models. You know, that one-size-fits-all approach? It means brilliant students with amazing ideas can easily get overlooked. There's just not enough personalized guidance to help them grow. And that means a ton of potential is just left sitting on the table, completely untapped. So this is where the Scene project comes into the picture. It's not just another tool or program. It's designed to be an entire ecosystem built specifically to bridge that gap we were just talking about. So what is Scene exactly? It stands for Social Entrepreneurship Ecosystems Network. And that word, ecosystems, is really the key here. It uses generative AI to create this whole supportive environment that connects students, professors, and even investors. Basically, everyone you need in one place to help turn a great idea into something real. Now we get to the really cool part, the tech. Let's take a look at how AI is the absolute game changer in this whole blueprint for innovation. This really shows you the massive shift in thinking. The old model often relies on luck, right? You hope the right student with the right idea just happens to get noticed by the right person. Scene's AI approach, it's the complete opposite. It's systematic. It throws out the generic stuff and brings in personalized guidance that can actually scale up to include everyone, no matter their background. So at the heart of this whole thing is its generative AI tool. Think of it like a personal mentor that lives in your pocket. It's built to do three things really well. First, it can assess a student's natural knack for this kind of thinking. Second, it analyzes their startup idea to see if it has real potential. And third, it gives them personalized feedback to help them build on it. It's incredible. The project's whole game plan unfolds in three really smart steps. First, it starts with the people, training professors and guides on how to spot and support innovative thinking. Then it brings in the tech, building the AI tool to guide the students. And finally, it creates the opportunity, setting up an arena where those ideas can be pitched and tested in the real world. See, each step just builds on the last. But you know, as powerful as all this tech is, the project is really about people. The AI is the catalyst, for sure, but the real magic happens when you bring motivated people and their ideas together. And the community they're building here is incredibly diverse. We're not just talking about university students. This thing reaches way beyond campus walls to include young people from all kinds of backgrounds, plus educators, youth workers, and even local companies. It creates this huge inclusive network for new ideas to grow. This whole ecosystem really comes to life during two big events. First, there's an innovation camp, which is like a boot camp for building skills and hammering out ideas. Then you have the Entrepreneurship Forum, which is the ultimate test. It's a bridge to the real world where students get to pitch their concepts directly to potential investors. So let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture. Why does a project like Scene really truly matter for the future of innovation? Well, what makes Scene so new and different? For starters, it's pioneering the use of AI to give personalized mentorship at a scale that humans just could never match. It's also creating a systematic way to train educators, giving them totally new tools to find talent. And the whole thing is built to be scalable and, most importantly, to have a real-world impact by connecting learning directly to what society actually needs. I think this quote from the project's own description just perfectly captures the human side of its mission. You see, it's not just about building startups. It's about empowering young people with the skills and the confidence they need for their future, no matter what path they end up choosing. So ultimately, the Scene project is really building a new foundation. It's helping create a generation of innovators who are ready for the digital world, who are inclusive in their thinking, and who are equipped to solve the problems that matter most to all of us. And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. With this incredible mix of AI, human connection, and real-world application, Could the Scene project actually be the new blueprint for how we teach entrepreneurship? That's a question definitely worth thinking about. Thanks so much for joining me.